We still have a couple roads where I think we had thought about the tar and chip program. Did you see the new roads we did with tar and chip this year as opposed to the other years with this new emulsion, like O'Hara Road and I guess McConkle Road that they did, Baker Road, that stone that stays on it, it stays in the emulsion. It wasn't like last year, it seems like that stuff went in the cracks, but then the stones were gone like within, it seemed like within a couple months the stones were all gone. PennDOT uses this emulsion that Gateway specified this time. And it looks like a whole new surface.
See the motion?
They look great. Hickory grade. I thought you could probably get another 5 years out of that if you put this layer on top, because there's no pumping areas. The road department did patch the potholes, so there's new asphalt in them. There were potholes. There's no pumping areas, no shifting areas.
What's the cost?
It's minimal.
Well, she didn't say.
I mean, the cost of it is basically about $2 a square yard.
Wow.
Seal coat.
And really, that could get us 5 years?
Speak up, Joe, so that everyone can hear you, including me.
Johnny, might as well talk about the section of Klinger, the first section that.
Basically,
So talking about that.
It's not. Yeah.
the seal coat costs about two and a quarter a square yard for a double seal coat on a road. Gives you 3 to 5 years more time out of a road before you do something major.
Even a road like Hickory Grade that's really.
I'd have to look at it.
Okay.
I haven't seen Hickory
But
Grade.
there are a lot of cracks on it, like drying cracks, but there's no pumping areas, no.
We'd have to look at it and evaluate, see if it's a candidate for it.
And then that section of Klinger from Southwood Boulevard,
That looks
from
good.
corporate.
Yeah, that turned out a lot better too. That helped out with the seal coat. So.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think that's a good.
All
Hickory
right,
Grade, what roads other than Hickory?
That's the only one I knew. I don't know if anybody knew of any other ones that would work on. But Joe, I think if it's in your opinion that it'll work, then I think the board's giving you the okay to authorize that if you think it's merited.
Take a look at it.
With this being October too, Joe, just how long could we go in and do this? I mean, before it gets too late in the year.
I think we're getting to the point where it's good. You might I'll talk with John Blood and see if they are willing to do it.
Even just one road, I mean, if we could just get Hickory Grade.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 74 to 75 this week.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Sunny. All right, Joe.
That'd be great.
We have another application for payment number 3 from Youngblood. Resolution 182, 2015. Joe, that's just the set next.
That's the contract fee. That's our non-liquid fuels contract. Took care of all the other roads that weren't liquid fuels. They have finished up the parking lot here and took care of the widening there for Klinger and McConnell Road that we did, which I agree with Andy. Turned out really good. Was really pleased with the results.
I'll make a motion to approve.
It's been moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Dan, you're going to help us with these ones.
Yeah, I will.
183, 2015. This deals with the traffic signal down by Southwood Boulevard Technology.
Great. There was a requirement in the development of the overlook to improve the improvement at a turning lane at the intersection of Southwood Boulevard and Technology North. As a part of that, there's some minor modifications that are required for the traffic signal. In order to do that, the PennDOT does all review of traffic signals, and they require a resolution. And basically what the resolution does is you're giving the authority to Dawn as the manager to actually sign the application for this. It's all being paid for by the developer. There's no cost to the township. We're just making the application in the township's name. So my recommendation would be to approve this resolution for the application traffic signal approval, TE 160 for the improvements to the South Point Boulevard and Technology North intersection.
There's a motion to that effect.
So moved.
It's been moved
Second.
and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion carries. I guess 184, 2015 is this same thing, different intersection.
That's correct. This is the intersection of South Point Boulevard and Town Center Way. This is the impacts from the Zenith Ridge development, which are the last 3 big buildings there that were developed by the Quattro Partnership. And as a part of that, they're required to do certain improvements down there to the intersection. And again, there's going to be modifications to the signal. So it'd be my recommendation to pass this resolution, which would allow the manager to sign the application for the improvements to the intersection of South Point Boulevard and Town Center Way.
Question for Dan. And who maintains these?
All traffic signals are maintained by the municipality. Elizabeth, that's the way it goes. Yeah, they're currently all the signals in South Point are ours. We maintain those, but these are just modifications to existing signals, which were put in by either the redevelopment authority or mostly by Bill Sember as a part of South Point 2.
So there's no additional maintenance costs?
Not to these ones.
Right.
That's correct.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, the motion carries. For 185, 2015, it's for release of funds for the internet grocery.
Yeah, this is the bonding that we were holding to complete improvements down there. As I'm sure everybody's driven by, it looks pretty good. They have almost everything done. We're just holding a little money for some landscaping to be completed, and they need to get their dumpster enclosure in. I think it's a big improvement to the property, is my opinion. So we're recommending the reduction of the bond in the amount of $198,356.26.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, the motion carries. For 186, 2015, it's a full release of funds for the grading at South Point Town Square office building.
Yeah, this is the Noble Energy building. We had already released the funds, and this project is complete. Somehow there was something related to the grading bond that they had posted. They had never gotten that released. So this is just a formality to reduce that grading bond amount in the amount of $30,378.46.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. For 187, 2015, it's the payment number 1 to Stewart Contracting for that work on the South Point Boulevard slope stabilization.
Yeah, this is work that Joe Stewart did. He came in and actually got everything prepared for Peony, and he will finish things up, that being fixing the curb and the sidewalk and doing some grading down there. So we're recommending payment to Stewart Contracting in that amount of $14,550.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second
It's
it.
moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion carries. Dan, while we're on the subject, is anybody still investigating for us or on behalf of the municipal authority of what may have caused that? I know there were some initial inquiries about work being done at the lake there. Is that ongoing, the search for the problem?
It's
Cause of the problem?
It's something that we can discuss. Probably want to discuss it with the solicitor in private. Yeah, if there's pending action, but yeah, like I said, I think we should talk about it. Yeah, that would be good.
Very good, thank you.
So this is this 188 2015, the Serbioni drilling. They're nearly complete with the work down there now. This was just for a partial payment. Their total number was about $100,000. So this is for payment number 1 in the amount of $65,849.23, which I'm recommending.
Make that
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, the motion carries. And for 189-2015, for some work on the Elm Street Bridge on the steel beams.
Yeah, this is one that has been lingering for a while. We did a report about a year ago, and Bill was initially contemplating doing this with Public Works, and after he understood the scope of the work, he thought it'd be best to contract out. We solicited 2 prices, both of which are under the amount for formal bidding. We tried to get 3, we were only able to get 2, but the low bid came in from Gregory Construction and Engineering. They've done work in the township before. They're a good bridge firm. I would recommend these repairs be completed. I do get concerned about that bridge. When we were doing the storm sewer investigation, we had found some of the beams needed plates welded to them, and needs cleaned up and painted and so forth to keep it in good operating order. So it's my recommendation to proceed with this work. Gregory's prepared to start it as soon as we give them the okay after the board, if the board approves it tonight.
I'll make that motion.
Dan, I did have one question on this before we go forward. I was out there with you last year and we looked at that project. Are they actually replacing that beam there, or are they going to replace the web on it and weld it up like we discussed?
They're going to weld it up.
They're going to weld up the web from
Yes.
flange to flange?
Yes.
Okay. Because it was deteriorating bad on that.
Yes.
I'm fine with it. I'll second that motion.
Been moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries.
The parking lot. The involved with Senator's parking lot. Is there any progress being made on getting getting that work done?
Well, Elizabeth, Dawn and I worked and we sent letters to the property owners.
Right.
And really our intention of that was to put them on notice that that's a private sewer through their property, and that they should consider inspecting it and improving it, so that if something did happen, that we wouldn't be forced to step in there. This situation is analogous to other things that are going on right now. A lot of these older pipes are deteriorating in different places. McKnight Road is a prime example of that. That whole valley's piped on private pipes through McKnight Road, and people individually are fixing their pipes through those parking lots and stuff. We have so much other stuff to take care of on our own. I wouldn't venture into the private work.
But I just wanted to know what the status of it was. I haven't heard anything. Was there any feedback from any of the property owners?
They initially called back. We talked to, at least I know, I talked to the one that owns the old company store there, the salvage store, and he was investigating what it would take to fix it. He hasn't notified us if he's done anything there.
Have your letters that went out, I haven't seen them, but have they protected our municipality from any liability?
I'll let the solicitor read them, and maybe I should ask him. I hope they did, but I'll be glad to pass it on to Chris, and if we need to send a letter, we can do that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
And I remember those letters, you had done some camera work and things like that.
Yeah.
Did they have that information that you saw so that they could look at this for themselves and review what we had done?
Yeah, we gave them a copy of the report.
Chris, you'll check to make sure that we're adequately protected from any liability.
Item number 19-2015.